Now, before we begin this video, please follow all of my socials with the link in front of your screens right now. It will really help me, and it really has nothing to do about money. It's just like followers, likes, all of that, maybe even subscribers. You can now. I will now begin this video. What's up, Andalans? I hope all is well, and welcome to another video here on YouTube. Unless this video was taken by TBD or Awesomeness TV. Today we are going to review physically some newspapers, the most trusted media. It has been busy here in the Philippines, like Hayden Diaz became the first Filipino Olympic gold medalist in a century. Duterte addressed his sixth and final State of the Nation address, or SONA. And I have two brands of newspapers. Now, from this timestamp forward, it will be unscripted because I will be reading newspapers where what is written in the newspapers are not included in my script. So let us begin. Alright, first off, guys, I need to lower my microphone because, I was reading some newspapers. So let us really get into it. Alright, first off, we are going to be reading the July 13 version of Sapol News Bulletin. It boasts on its slogan as the first multilingual newspaper in Mindanao. So let us really get into the newspaper. Here it says, the COVID-19 vaccines that were ordered by the private sector arrived in General Santos City. It says here that 8,000 vials of COVID-19 vaccines. Oh, and by the way, I translated this. The newspaper is in Tagalog. This one is in English, so I will be reading this directly. Because it's in English. Sapol News Bulletin is in Tagalog, and it's the Philippine Daily Inquirer that is in English. So let us get into it. 8,000 vials of COVID-19 vaccines that were made by Sinovac were bought by the Federation of Filipino-Chinese Chamber of Commerce and Industry Incorporated, and they arrived at Monday. That means it arrived on July 12th, which was the day that this issue of the Sapol News Bulletin was published. So let us continue reading. According to Chief Administrative Officer and Vaccine Czar Carl Vincent Kiepo, 7,998 Sinovac vials arrived at General Santos City International Airport via a flight of the Philippine Airlines. The ordered vaccines were used to vaccinate employees of the Filipino-Chinese company. Okay. Up to 3,320 vials will be used by the FFCCCII for the eligible individuals to be vaccinated at the St. Elizabeth Hospital. That will be I don't know how to translate this. How do you translate this? That will be distributed, or I think it will be distributed by the vaccination team. Okay, let us just read the headlines because this was very difficult for me to translate. there's news here that siblings were dead, and the father and son or daughter maybe were wounded by a collision of a motorcycle. The Hague ruling, Bigo my kid. I think this is what the translation of Bigo my kid is. This is the translation courtesy to Google Translate, so that would be a big help. And 6.8 million pesos worth of shabu were confiscated by authorities in Sulu, and 2 were arrested. Okay, how about the July 12th one? It says here that the Jensan police made a coastal cleanup program, and CMFC drivers were first in the Scuba Serrero activity, the coastal cleanup program. The potential vice presidential run of Duterte are to protect the Filipinos. It's quote by Panelo. Maybe that was sarcastic. And the election protests against Lake Cebu Mayor Gandam were trashed by court. So now let us get really into the English newspaper that we have right here. This was issued by the Philippine Daily Inquirer. Thanks for that. And we will start reading the business side of this first. There are 4 sides here, I think, or 3 categories. 1 is business, 2 is lifestyle and fashion, and number 3 is entertainment. Okay, so let us start reading. Oh, and by the way, this shit is much bigger than the Sapol News Bulletin paper. Look at this. This is big. This is real big. That's what she said. Okay, let us start off with the business side. It says here that the peso dollar rate has steadily decreased in July 9 to 12, then in 13 had its spike, then it went down again at 14, and then went up with almost July 13 levels on July 15. And the July 15 rate of the peso dollar was 50 pesos and 22 cents. Well, the stock market was down 107%. Whoops. Then it says here, it says move guided by inflation growth outlook. The editor of the business side was Corey Salientes Narisma. So thank you for this business issue, Mr. or Miss Narisma. If we can find the editor of the business side of this, it will be shown here. Thank you. Then let's look at the lifestyle and fashion side. The editor of this was Rachel V. Morale. And the entertainment editor was Rito P. Asilo. Okay. After that, let us read the lifestyle fashion side. It says here Twice all decked out in Bench TM Instagram. So Twice and Bench are now collaborating, maybe. What difference a few years make? When K-pop girl group Twice came out with their song What Is Love in 2018, they looked very sweet in their pastel colored debutante dresses. This year they came out with Alcohol Free and started singing about getting drunk with love. Their concept is still very sweet but with a sexy twist. It's easy to make a connection between the two songs given both were written by Park Jin Young, JYP, for the group. There's also a continuous narrative between the two. Alright, there's also Dimples Romana renews contract with Skin Magical. There's also the entertainment here. Even Mark is a film hunk in brand new iteration of Gossip Girl. Okay. An animated film revives Anne Frank's story for a new generation. Wow. Okay. Okay, there's a... Wait. No. What is this? The movie side of the entertainment category said Reuters here. It said Reuters. They basically took an entire paragraph of a news organization into theirs. It's not hate to the Philippine Daily Inquirer. They're doing a good job. They have exclusive statements, but it was just that. Oh God. Oh, there's comics here. Good. Okay. There's a comic here. It's called Comic Relief. It's by Albert G.E. Rodriguez. And I will try to narrate this. And it's in Tagalog, so I might translate it. So it's going to take a lot of work. So let's start. Kinilabutan ako nung nakita ko yung tomb ni St. Paul. Doon ko na-realize na totoong tao talaga siya. Tingnan mo sa taas, may painting ng lahat ng popes mula kay St. Peter hanggang kay Pope Francis. Pero 6 na lang yung bakanting space. Oo nga. Ang sabing pag napuno na daw lahat ng mga space na yan, mag-end of the world na. Mas kinalibutan pa ako dun. Then there's this one. It's called Love Nuts by Elizabeth Chionglo. Chionglo, I think. Okay, let me try to narrate this again without a mask. There's a mask here, so I will not put a mask on, of course. May problema na naman ang gobyerno sa pag-issue ng vaccination card. Baka daw magkaroon ng fake. Isabi nga ng mga barangay, hindi nila kayang alamin ang pake sa hindi. What? Kaya mag-hire ng mga tao maghahanap sa database at mag-authenticate kung true copy. Gastos na naman yan. Gasto na naman yan. Gago to. Gastos na naman yan. Diyos ko. Samok nito eh. Makarelate ako nito. Parang yun talagang sayang ng pera. Baka mag-require pa ng certified true copy at documentary stamp. There's Kiko Machine, another comic. Meanwhile sa Parallel Earth, Ay, wait lang ha. I'll just scatter my thoughts. Then here this was scatter, scatter, go, fly away, chupi, chupi, disperse. Then, no, go away, mamaya na kayo bumalik. Let me have my Toliro moment. Ano ba? Shoo, shoo. Then there's this one. It's called Tuldok or Dot. It says, mas social ako kaysa sa'yo. Mas relevant naman ako makamasa. It's French fries and kamote fries. I think kamote is translated in this like, right there, like there, yeah. Then there's a horoscope here. So there's horoscope section here by Francis Drake. This was issued in July 16. That means it's the birthdays of Kali Uchis, Angela Merkel, and F. Gary Gray. Happy birthday to all of you. Belated. There's horoscopes here. I will not read this, but I will put it right here or here or here. Depends. But it's you can read it right now. Let me look at my horoscope. It's Gemini. Do you really want something or someone because it's in your heart, or do you want it solely because it seems like you can't have it? Just set your ego aside. What the fuck? That's mean. Set your ego aside is like the nicest mean thing that you can say. Like, why? I don't know. Okay. Okay, so I think that will be it for this episode. Let us cut to a commercial. What up? Today's video is going to be this part of the video will be a shout out. Excuse me. This part of the video will be a shout out to ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN is a virtual private network where you can anonymize your IP address and mask all of your private data so it cannot be taken by nefarious individuals, groups, organizations, or your internet service provider for your data to be sold to third parties and advertisers. And also, you can unblock content using a VPN in up to 94 countries in the world. I've personally used ExpressVPN as of now, and in this screenshot you can see that I've been using ExpressVPN for 17 hours, or 23% of my time, which means 1 in 4 times using my phone. I think 1 in 4 times of me using my phone will be dedicated to ExpressVPN. So thank you, ExpressVPN, for anonymizing my IP address and masking my IP address, not taking my data to advertisers and nefarious groups. And we will be going back to the guy who read newspapers earlier. Alright, Andalads, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We will see you guys again in the next video where I'll be sitting naked and you can see my dick using a dick cam. Goodbye.